David Cronenberg et Andrea Picard.
David, welcome to Marrakesh.
Thank you. It's my first time here.
It's so wonderful to have you here. Before we start, I just want to remind everyone that David is receiving a tribute award tomorrow, and there will be a great tribute, which will be followed by a screening of his wonderful new film, The Shrouds. You should definitely clap for that.
Thank you.
And in addition, there's a mini spotlight where we're showing 4 of his films in total, so please try to see them all. I'm just encouraging people to see as many of your films as possible. I want to start with a quote, actually, because it's something, well, first of all, you are one of the most articulate filmmakers about your own work. So it's always intimidating to converse with someone who is a better critic, great thinker, knows exactly what he is doing, and I think that is you.
I was that. I don't know if I still we'll see. On verra. Yeah.
I think so. But just a quote for all of us to think about during this conversation, and it's something that I think about a lot when I see each of your films. And you had said, I think of human beings as a strange mixture of the physical and the non-physical, and both of these things have their say at every moment we're alive. And I think that this is so prescient in all of your work. Do you still feel that way?
Yes, I would say so, even more than before, yeah. It's the mantra in my last movie, before The Shrouds, was Crimes of the Future. The mantra was, body is reality. And that is my understanding of human life. It's very physical. And I think that we are a body, and when the body dies, we die, that's it. And so that has really been the basis of my understanding of human life, and it shows in my cinema, I think. People have asked me why I'm obsessed with the body, and I say, well, that's what we are. You know, if you're making films about the human condition, you must address the reality of the body. And of course, as a filmmaker, the thing that you photograph most is the human body. That's your subject. Everyone, unless you're doing a documentary about moose in northern Canada, you are photographing human beings and their bodies. So that's you have to be obsessed with the body if you're a filmmaker, even if you don't recognize it as an obsession.
I just want to get back to some of the themes of biology, technology, which is becoming even more prescient. And somehow I feel like when I went back to some of the earlier works, they're just so clairvoyant in a way that Ballard is as well, and thinking through the further away we get from our body, the more we're recreating this reality on Earth. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about this prescience that is in your work, and maybe we'll show a clip from Videodrome. We have 2 very brief clips that we're going to show back to back, and then we can discuss this idea of media prescience.
Hello, Mr. Cronenberg. My name is Claire. Thank you so much for this beautiful conversation. My question for you is related to science and films. I would like to know if it's important for you to always place science at the center of your films, and how do you manage to do so? Thank you.
How do you manage to make science the center of your films?
Well, I don't really think science is the center so much as, I mean, science is everywhere in all the phones that you're carrying, you know, the technology and the science there. It just comes naturally to me, as of course, if you have a scientist who's one of your characters, that makes it obvious. But technology, I mean, we've always, as I say, humans have not always accepted their bodies or the world as what it is. So that's why we build houses, why we discovered fire, and why we have heating and cooling. We don't accept the temperature as it is. You know, we try to change the world the way that we think it should be. And so to me, that's just a natural human impulse to not accept and to change. And that usually involves some kind of technology of one kind or another. So for me, it's a very organic part of these of the movies. I mean, A Dangerous Method is not really a movie about technology, unless you think that psychiatry, psychoanalysis, is technology. In a way, psychoanalysis is a human technology. So when you think of it that way, that makes sense for that particular movie. As I say, it seems natural to me. In the 1940s and 50s, interesting new technology was considered to be dangerous. You know, it was something that came from outer space. Maybe the aliens come with a special technology, and it was a threat to humans, and it was inhuman, considered to be not human. And I always thought that that was wrong, that all technology is completely human. It's an extension of us and our imaginations and our bodies. I mean, right now, this is technology extending my voice. I myself am somewhat bionic. I have hearing aids. They're not perfect, but my new hearing aids have an artificial intelligence chip, actually. And in fact, that chip allows me to know what all of you are thinking. And I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. Also, my eyes had laser surgery, you know. And the lenses in my eyes are actually plastic. This is true. It's a cataract surgery. It's very common, very successful. And that's why you'd see me not wearing glasses, for one thing, as normally I would. So I am already fused with technology. You know, my whole interaction with the world in terms of seeing and hearing is mediated through technology. And a lot of us are doing the same, anybody who wears glasses and so on. So to me, it's just a natural human thing that's very fascinating and constantly evolving.
I'm afraid we're out of time. We could listen to you all day. Thank you so much, David, for being generous.